Yeah. Now let's have a listen inside the court. We're just going to go to that. Now we're waiting for the judge, obviously, and the jury to read the verdict, I think. There's Derek Chauvin, of course. He has been sitting there. Oh, here we go. I think we're going to hear something.
And the jury, they're standing for the jury to now enter the courtroom where they will read out the verdict on the charges that have been laid against him. A bit earlier, we heard that really
please be seated.
The black community in the US want guilty on all
Members
charges.
of the jury, I understand you have a verdict. Members of the jury, I will now read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, Count 1. Court file number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, juror foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 2, third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by jury foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Jury foreperson 019. Members of the jury, I'm now going to ask you individually if these are your true and correct verdicts. Please respond yes or no. Juror number 2, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 9, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 19, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 27, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 44, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 52, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 55, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 79, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 85, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 89, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 91, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Juror number 92, are these your true and correct verdicts?
Yes.
Are these your verdicts? So say you one, so say you all.
Yes.
Members of the jury, I find that the verdicts as read reflect the will of the jury and will be filed accordingly. I have to thank you on behalf of the people of the state of Minnesota for not only jury service, but heavy-duty jury service. What I'm going to ask you to do now is to follow the deputy back into your usual room, and I will join you in a few minutes to answer questions and to advise you further. So, all rise for the jury.
There you go. There's the result. The trial that has gripped America over the last 18 months. Derek Chauvin found guilty on second-degree murder, third-degree murder and manslaughter. Of course, second-degree murder, that was that big one that the people who were against this former police officer really wanted to hear that word guilty, didn't they? Let's go back to Tim Lester now, who's outside that courthouse. We heard people cheering and leaning down and crying, Tim Lester, after that verdict was read out by the judge.
And that a quite extraordinary scene, a jubilant scene, I guess to be expected, but spontaneous, very loud. In fact, of course, the most serious of the three charges at issue here, the second-degree murder charge, which were the full penalty to be imposed, would be a 40-year jail term. Now, we don't expect that, but that charge, as soon as it was announced as a guilty verdict, the crowd erupted here with delight, such that nobody could hear much of what was going on in the courtroom for minutes afterwards. They had been chanting in the minutes just before that, guilty, 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 making very clear their demand that that be the outcome. Many people who feel the need for an objective courtroom might be worried about that, but there is no doubt about the mood of this crowd, Nat.